Welcome back. With the new year just around the corner, what better way to step into 2025 than with a fresh and clutter-free start? So I just wanted to tackle the last few spaces in my home. This is the fourth video of this series, and I cannot believe how much I've been able to accomplish in the last month. I honestly didn't realize even that I would have as much stuff to still get rid of than I did. So I will link to those videos if you wanted to go back and watch the previous three. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jen, and we recently just switched our bedrooms. If you've watched before, you'll know that we took over our middle son's bedroom not that long ago. So this closet is still a work in progress, and I'm just coming back to it a few times to kind of tackle some of the areas. Sorry if you saw that. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, but one of the tips that you guys gave me was to get rid of all of the unused hangers that are not being used at that time. So once I did that, it actually cleared up quite a bit of space. And I'm just still trying to figure out the best way to utilize the space in this closet. It's shared with myself and my husband. So I pulled out some more clothes from the closet that I'm going to donate. We've got 2 jean jackets, a couple of sweatshirts, some t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, another sweater and another sweatshirt over there. Plus I'm also going to donate these boots and those boots because I just never wear them. And then I did what some of you suggested by taking out some of the empty hangers. I think maybe I'm going to leave those in a different spot. So that way when I'm doing laundry, I can just use them as I need them, but we're not keeping them on there. It just makes it look more cluttered. And I moved some of my clothes around. Eventually we will do something different with this closet, but I think for now I'm able to get to my things a little easier because they were shoved under there and it was really hard for me to get to everything. So I just put some of my pajamas, my pants, jeans, and then I've got some t-shirts up top there. I ended up just putting my heating pad in the bottom drawer here of my nightstand, which worked out really well along with my migraine mask. So those are always there and available. And then I hung a hook there for my husband's robe. We both have a hook in the bathroom, but it's also nice to have it in here. I have mine right there. And I put his up there. I'm just letting it sit for a little while before I actually hang the robe on there, but I think we are coming along. It's a little bit of progress each time. And I am getting rid of quite a lot today. This is what our entryway used to look like. This is a very old clip. It's the only one that I was able to find a full video of what the space used to look like. Obviously, if you've been here, you know that we repainted the kitchen and this area, and we had taken down the coat hooks a long time ago, and we haven't replaced them up until I was able to figure out exactly what I wanted to put in this place. So this I'm just showing you really quickly what it used to look like on a daily basis. I found this in the closet downstairs, so I repainted it. We took all of the baseboards off, sanded them down, repainted them, spray painted them, and just gave the space a really nice clean. I just always felt like this space was so cluttered. It's a very small entryway, so I really wanted to take my time figuring out exactly what I wanted to put in its place. We do keep the air conditioner in year round because it's just way too heavy to move in and out, and it took me forever to figure out what I wanted to put on the windows. I just was so indecisive. It took forever for me to figure out exactly what I wanted there. I ended up purchasing pretty much the same thing that I have there now, just in a larger size and a lighter color. And I really like how it looks in the room. It just looks so much better. See, now you can see that the baseboards, the heaters are all spray painted. It just looks so much cleaner. And then we kept the same shoe rack because it is working for the most part. I put this bench here for people to sit and put on their shoes. They don't always use it, but I do like it there for if somebody does want to use it. And then you're going to see in a little while, I ended up ordering a rug from Boutique Rugs, which I've been ordering all of our new rugs from. And I really do like the quality of the rugs and their styles. But they do seem a little smaller than what they say they are. I think it was supposed to be a 4x6 circle, and it just ends up smaller because you can see here, this is what the bottom looked like, and it's supposed to be the same size as the rug, which I think would have been kind of like the perfect size for the space. But as you see, the rug is much smaller when I actually open it up. So we did have to cut down the bottom part so it would fit underneath, and it's fine. It doesn't go under the furniture exactly how I wanted it to. But in this way, at least I'm able to move it around and clean it easier. We have the typical boob light up top, which I replaced with something very similar to what we have in the kitchen. That way it kind of looks a little nicer when you're looking at them both together. And then here is the space completely done. We ended up buying some separate hooks to put up. That way there was a little bit more space in between for everyone's coats. I put up a couple of baskets for hats and gloves and those types of things for the kids for the winter. And then I just wanted to show you that the two lights, I ordered pretty much the same one that we have in the kitchen. That way it looks a little bit more streamlined. So what do you think? Do you think it looks better? I absolutely love walking into it now. It just feels so much more open and clean. So let me know what you think. This next section is not sponsored at all. I just have been using this product for several months now and I absolutely love it. My goal is to try to downsize and minimize how much cleaning supplies we have. If you've seen the basement, you know that I have a huge rack down there for cleaning supplies, but I love that these are just very simple. Everything is less plastic, a lot easier to store and maintain. They come with their own reusable bottles that you basically just put water in and then one of their tablets. And I have been using their all-purpose cleaner and their dishwasher tabs now for several months, so I decided to buy them in bulk on Black Friday. So if you haven't given them a try, I would highly recommend trying Blueland. I absolutely love their products. And my goal is to just try to, like I said, minimize what we're using, having less plastic. And since I decided to stick with them, I decided to purchase the containers that I can store them in. So my only goal today is getting rid of food out of this pantry that is either expired or I know we're not going to eat, because next month I really want to figure out a better system for it. Some of it's working, some of it's not. But I've kind of just been throwing things in here, so I want to just go through and see what we're able to take out really quick. I would really love it if you have any suggestions of what I might be able to do with this pantry. If you have anything like it, please let me know in the comments below what you do, because I really haven't been able to figure out the best system for this. The bottom part is okay. I keep like my broths in there, my vanilla extracts, things that we use for cooking out on the grill, things like that. But this top section, I really have not gotten a good system for yet. That's why it keeps getting messy. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I already have 2 cabinets for baking supplies. We have our basement storage, which is like a very large pantry that I keep down there. So I don't know. I'm not really sure exactly what to do with the space, but next month, my goal is to try to figure something out. I really hope that this little mini series of videos of decluttering before 2025 has helped you in some way in your own home to declutter some of the spaces that you've been wanting to get done. I really think that it doesn't have to be a massive project. We all have those areas, of course, that are and that are very time consuming, but I think even just going over small spaces can make a huge difference. So I'm hoping that it helped you in some way. I'm sorry, but the background noise in this part of the video was just too loud, so I had to mute it. But basically, I was just showing you some of the areas that we have. I was used to keep the dog treats in that basket, but now I keep them in this basket, and it works a lot better. Plus, I have my homemade vanilla. We have some like hot sauces and some grill seasonings, an empty box, which just had to come out. And then here's what I pulled out. This is empty. I was making granola once a week for months and months, and I think that's just old. I need to get rid of it. All of these, that's pretty much empty. These are stale. I'm gonna see if the kids want to finish these up over the next couple of days. This is trash. And we've got just some other stuff here. I haven't decided yet if I want to keep this. I bought it a while ago, but I really haven't been using it. So I'm going to see if maybe I can start to incorporate it over the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, I'll just be getting rid of it. And then in January, I'm going to come through and get this all organized. Something else that I am finally ready to say goodbye to is my plastic cutting boards. I just ordered some new ones. They're all wood. So I'll show you what these look like. So you can see they all have stains on them. I do put them in the dishwasher. I've scrubbed them, I've tried to do all kinds of things, and it just never comes out. They're all scratched. So I did order a pack of 3, plus we've got that one in the back there. But I am going to declutter all of these cutting boards. On this day, I had just finished cleaning out our basement freezer because we have a new one being delivered in a couple of days. So we had to empty out that one in order to defrost it so they could remove it. And I figured I would just come up and tackle this freezer here. It has honestly been quite a while since I've gone through and taken things out and really cleaned it thoroughly. So I figured I would just do that again so I can just start off the new year fresh, knowing that everything in there is things that we can use up, and getting rid of all of the old stuff. So I did end up filling up this trash bag full of food, and I've really changed the way that I shopped over the last year or so. But some of the stuff even that I found in this one was from like 2021, which I'm not sure if I just pulled it up from our deep freezer and put it in here, but it was kind of gross. So I didn't film cleaning it all, but I did clean everything in between, and it's just a lot more organized. I did throw a couple of things in there that I had laying around, some bins that you'll see towards the end. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them, but I do like the separation, so I will probably either keep those or figure out something else, but it feels really nice just to have it organized and to get rid of everything that's not being used. Decluttering for me is so much more than just tidying up. It has honestly changed my life in so many different ways. Now that my home is clean and organized, it not only looks better, but it just feels so much better. My house used to be so chaotic. Every counter, drawer, cabinet, floor space, everything was so jam-packed, and it was really, really difficult to maintain, to keep clean. I would have to come home from work and spend days cleaning up, and hours of that time was just spent trying to pick things up and like reorganize them or move things up off the floor. And that didn't even leave me all the time that I needed to actually get in and clean things. So my home has been so much more clean than it ever has in the past. And honestly, I could go a couple of days without doing anything in the house and it still looks perfectly clean. Of course, there's still plenty of times where it gets messy and things are out of place, but it's very easy now to actually pick those things up. And if we're not really doing anything, say if I'm working for a couple days in a row and not doing a ton of cooking, the spaces really just don't get that messy. So now, when I have a few extra spare minutes, I can do a deep clean. It doesn't have to be something that I schedule into my time or my days anymore. Now it's just, okay, I have 20 minutes. I can get something deep cleaned and go about the rest of my day. It has truly been incredible. This is what the bottom portion looked like. This is what I pulled out. So I just wanted to say, if you're looking to simplify your life in any way, I would definitely start by decluttering and go deep and see where it brings you. It has brought me to a lot of peace and calm in my house and in my life, and I'm just very, very thankful that I took the time and all of the energy that was spent doing it. And it has really changed my mindset and how I go about doing things now. And it's also changed, of course, my finances, which has been huge. So if you're thinking about it, I would definitely highly recommend it. So please just remember that decluttering sets a stage for a fresh start, whether it's starting a new hobby, working on future goals, or simply allowing for more peace in your life. I wish you the happiest new year, a healthy 2025. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. It has truly meant the world to me, and I do appreciate the time that you spend watching my videos and commenting. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I hope that you have the best new year. I will see you next week with a new video. I'm hoping that next week we'll have the basement finished with the new freezer, and I will share that with you. Here is the freezer all nice and organized for now. It's a lot cleaner. We have a lot more room in there to actually see what we have and are able to use it. And here's what I'm throwing away. See you next week.